You're listening to Like a Muse, the Madonna Remixes podcast. This episode, our muse is Matt Pop. My name is Kerry John Poynter.
I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you back in the midnight hour.
Coming up, my Matt Pop continuous DJ mix with plenty of Madonna. But first, a quick interview behind the remix. Matt and I talk about underground bootlegger remixes for Madonna, ABBA, and his inspirational story from underground remixer to official remixer and producer for Almighty Records and many mainstream artists. Matt Pop. He's a Dutch producer, composer, and remixer known for his uplifting blend of pop, dance, and 80s style music. After making a name as a popular bootlegger or underground remixer, he has since been discovered by many artists and labels looking for that sparkle to make their mixes pop. Clients like Erasure and Rupaul and Kim Wilde and Nikki French and Ace of Base and so many others. Hi Matt, welcome to Like a Muse, the Madonna Remixes podcast.
Hi Gary, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here. I've been a fan of yours for years, back when you were doing underground bootlegger remixes. You still do.
Right.
But of course loved your style and your sound. Matt Pop should be on your listening. So,
Thank you for the plug.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
So, Matt, I have some questions for you. Of course, this is a Madonna Remixes podcast. We won't just talk about Madonna. My fave Matt Pop underground remix of Madonna's is Live to Tell. I love a good emotional song with a driving house beat remix. It's killer. I have sent so many people your way as a result of that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course, that remix will be in the upcoming mix. Tell me more about the reception you got after releasing it to the world. It was a sensation, if I remember correctly. Tell me more.
It did very well indeed. I mean, I get feedback from, messages or comments online. And I also see other people uploading the mix or sharing it, which is, fine by me because it's an unofficial mix.
Right.
Once it's out there, people will be sharing it and it means they love it. So I've heard of people saying that they heard it play in a bar somewhere or, things that I'm never aware of. But it took on its own life.
I think it introduced a lot of people to your work. Good job. I still have a few other favorites. Open Your Heart and Borderline are favorites.
Yeah.
They will all also be in the upcoming mix. Staying for a little while longer on the topic of Madge. My next question, let's go way back to a much younger Matt Pop. What is your first memory of something Madonna? Was it a song, video? What was it?
Well,
You remember?
Oh, I remember growing up to, Madonna was the soundtrack of my teens, basically.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just over 50, if you want to know. So, yeah. Well, I mean, so in the 80s when she came up, I was in my teens. And so, like everyone else, I just became aware of her. She was everywhere. We saw her videos on TV. So my earlier memories are her earliest hits. So it was Holiday and Into the Groove, Cherish, all the hits.
Right.
And I loved her for those. I mean, that was, at the time, of course, she was just pure pop and dance. She was quite lighthearted, just this, little streetwise kid from New York or from the US,
From Michigan originally.
Yeah, from Michigan. I liked her for that. And I loved, the songs were great. The songs were really solid pop songs with great choruses. So, what's not to love? She was just there all the time. I mean, she's been there for everyone. She's still here. Everyone who was in their teens in the 80s, there was no escaping her. And
there was no escaping.
I bought a lot of stuff, a lot of Madonna stuff at the time. I wasn't a collector in the sense that I needed everything, but I had, especially sort of late 80s, early 90s, I bought all her singles, I bought all the remix EPs, I bought many albums. Immaculate Collection is literally perfect. Best of albums, I think.
Right.
I've been to the US a couple of times. I live in France. I'm Dutch, but I live in France. But I've been to, for example, New York a couple of times, and my first stop would be, Tower Records or just go straight to the CD single section. And I would come home with these amazing collections of remix singles with 11 or 12 remixes on them.
Right.
The Thunderpuss ones that.
Oh gosh.
And they were 8, 9, 10 minutes at the time, weren't they?
Right.
So. I got really excited when she did Hung Up because I'm also a big Madonna, ABBA fan. So those two, I mean, the way she did that was just phenomenal. It was perfect.
Like I owned every collection of remixes, whether they were official or unofficial. Usually they were official because it was hard to find the unofficial stuff back then like it is today. People that are still inclined to remix Madonna songs, the advent of the internet has connected everybody.
Yep.
And people have formed alliances, and I've never seen another artist have such an organized community of people who will re-envision her music in form of remixes. And it just made sense to me that you be on this podcast. You belong here, I think.
Thank you.
Has she or her team ever asked you to take down any of her stuff?
Not directly. I don't think they do that. I have had mixes removed or muted or even, I think straight out, I couldn't even get them on there. They were, before I even made them public, they were stopped. So I think that's just the algorithms or the, the record company bots just scanning every file for hits. But then again, some of the mixes, Live to Tell or Open Your Heart, the ones you mentioned, they were taken down from my accounts, or I ended up taking them down because I didn't want to lose my accounts, and I got warnings for them, for copyright infringement. But then I see other people have taken my mixes and uploaded them, and some of them have been on there for 3-4 years with tens of thousands of views, which is flattering to me.
Wow, that's outstanding.
But so it seems a little bit willy-nilly sometimes what gets taken down and what doesn't. As my music output got more and more official and I got more commissioned remixes, I decided not to let the unofficial ones sort of ruin my account. I couldn't risk it anymore. So
yes, I get that. I understand. I've been producing podcasts for over 15 years, almost 16 years now. It's been always about just create a DJ set, a continuous mix. There was one episode, I've made a lot of Madonna episodes over the years, inevitably. The first one I ever made, it was called Rip a Hearts Unite. It had Hung Up in it. I got a call from lawyers at Warner.
Oh, wow.
This thing had gone viral, too, and it had gotten picked up by a bunch of blogs. And got a call from Warner, and they're like, hey, Kerry, we know you have this mix set on your podcast, and it has a song called Hung Up in it. We need you to take it down. Hung Up was still making money, I guess, at the time. And I was talking to the lawyer. Now, this was probably my first 5 years of doing podcasts. I was talking to the guy, the lawyer, whoever it was, and he's like, hey, you're not in trouble. And I was like, you know what? And this is before. Now Madonna's re-releasing all these old official remixes. But you couldn't, for years, you couldn't find them. And once they were all sold out, they wouldn't continue to make copies, and you couldn't find them. So I figured I was doing a service, allowing it to be available, and it was basically promoting her and the music. I was having this conversation with the lawyer, and he's like, yeah, I really do get what you're saying, but copyright, especially in this country, has not caught up with the internet age. The crux of my story is that was the only time after almost 500 episodes that I've ever had to take one down.
Right.
It was a Madonna-related one of all ones. Your underground remixes definitely gained fame with the remixes of ABBA songs. I remember that happening.
Yeah.
And I'm aware kind of that ABBA is well known for protecting their music and copyright. They never give permission to other artists to sample or use their stuff.
No.
Well, except for Madonna's Hung Up.
Yeah.
So I think it's still kind of hard to find your ABBA remixes. Was it because ABBA would not allow it? What's the story?
Well, yeah, I mean, ABBA and Universal, who have their back catalog, they are very strict. But again, some uploaders have video and audio of ABBA on there that is playing happily for years untouched. So it's a bit weird how sometimes stuff seems to get through and others. The ABBA stuff specifically got so much attention, positive and negative. I mean, positive that lots of fans embraced it. Negative that I almost always got warnings for copyright infringement.
Yes.
And in the end, I decided it wasn't worth losing my account over. Although it pained me because I had one remix of The Day Before You Came, really became a favorite amongst ABBA fans. And that my video of that had, I don't know how many, a couple of 100,000 views. So
wow.
All the views went as well. But I decided if I'm going to be serious about being an actual remixer and producer, I can't let these bootlegs sort of ruin it for me. So but I see them sometimes pop up on other accounts in other places, and people still mention them to me. People ask me sometimes for files. They say, "Can you send me, mix X or Y?" And I'm like, "I've done that. Was 15 years ago. How do you still know that?" It's very flattering. People, and they make lists and keep track. So I do sometimes do a little sneaky giveaway where some mixes get requested over and over again. When I feel that I've given them away, hundreds of times, I think. But still, there are people coming for them. So yeah, it's a blessing and a curse.
Yes. In the Madonna world, there are a lot of underground, I'll use the word underground instead of bootlegger, they're the same thing to me. They have no problem releasing hundreds of different remixes that they've done of her songs. And it's almost like her team is given tacit approval. I don't know that. And some of their remixes are really well done, like yours. Let's change the topic though a little bit. If I'm correct, ABBA was your underground remixes of ABBA were what helped to relaunch or go into a new phase of your career. Am I wrong?
Well, no, they meant a lot of attention was starting to build, and people were sharing these mixes and talking about them. So that really helped getting my YouTube views up, basically, and Vimeo as well, which I used at the time. It allowed me to practice remixing, basically, and also sort of create a fan base out there.
Yes.
Yeah,
it certainly did. I remember that happening. How I learned that, where I came across it, but it had to be on the internet. What are the ingredients for a fantastic Matt Pop remix? It could be, I want to know, what are your favorite plugins? I assume you do everything in the box.
I do.
What's your favorite DAW? What kind of gear do you like? If you want to answer that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
What's the creative process like for you?
I usually brought in, when it's an official mix, to do a remix, and then I start with the vocals. The vocals are everything. If it's a pop song, the song is the star of the show. So you need to have the melody and the vocals in the center of everything. I mean, maybe not literally, but that's a starting point. So I use Cubase, is my DAW. It has been since the very beginning, since my first cracked version that my brother stole for me from the internet. And
I won't tell anybody.
that's okay. I've since paid for my copy, and I paid for everything. That's how I started, and I can say that I have practically every VST synth going. It's a bit of an addiction. Some synths that I use on practically everything are Spire from Reveal Sound. That's just such a versatile, good sounding synth. Silent One from Dutch developer Leonard Digital. That's been on everything for a long time, and that's still a very good synth. The main ones, I use my sampler a lot, Contact. I do have a hardware vocoder, for example. Well, it's a synth with a vocoder function, which I enjoy sometimes to feel sort of old school, and it sounds great as well. So I've used that on a couple of things, like my remix for British artist Ross Alexander. I use a vocoder. Yeah, I've used a vocoder on one or two tracks for him because I love electronic sounds. But I've got a huge amount of VSTs, and the Sound Toys stuff is great. Their Echo Boy is a delay plugin which I use on practically everything. It's for every new project. It's still thrilling for me. Every time I sit down to do a new mix, it's like having a blank piece of paper. And every time, almost every time, I feel the excitement again of what. Of course, because there's so much to play with. To me, they are toys. I actually love playing with sounds, and you're always excited to try to get where you want to go with the song. You know, you have an idea in your head, and if you have the tools to make it, it's very exciting. It's exciting to do.
It's like being a kid in a candy store with all the hardware and everything you get to try and play with.
Yeah. I remember being younger and actually going to a fair of electronic instruments. And I didn't have anything at the time, but just to sit there and being able to put on the headphones and play a synth and hear these sounds, and I was just thrilled, you know.
You mentioned Ross Alexander, and I didn't put a question, but Ross was on my mind. Because also, you know, just casually following you over the years, I've noticed that you and Ross seem to have a good working relationship.
Yeah, we do.
You've worked with him a lot. And I've had a number of his stuff because you had worked with him.
We've done so many. We've done
a
lot of 80s covers like Safety Dance. We've done Blancmange stuff and Howard Jones and Duran Duran songs. Yeah, Ross is great because he has a knack for finding not only the hits but also lesser known songs. Like we did a copy of You'll Always Find Me in the Kitchen at Parties by Jonah Louie. Yeah, he had a huge international hit with a Christmas song, but this was a minor hit for him. But that's what I loved. I love doing that because I remember the song, and it's sort of one of those that many people may remember once they hear it, and they had forgotten about it. So, but Ross is great to work for. He knows great songs to pick, and he always produces a beautiful product because he's very much into physical. So he does these USB bundles and, you know, on a physical USB stick or beautiful vinyls. And it's always really well produced. I Love My Radio. That was with Ross, right? Yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh my God. When you guys released that, it was on repeat. You know the Taffy version? You know the original? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. I totally know the original. Oh, you guys did really good justice to that. I thought so. Good. I remember people hearing it that are of a younger generation that didn't know the original. They're like, this is a bop. I'm like, yeah, this is a remake, actually. So, yeah, that was awesome. I really like your Bee Gees Tragedy remix. Oh, wow, yeah. There's so many. And to be honest with you, putting together the mix, I can't make the decision. I'm having a hard time deciding because I'm only going to be able to put maybe 10 to 12 songs at most. And I've done so bloody many. I've done bloody many over the years. I know. And you do have a number of Madonna remixes and mashups. So some of them, you shared some with me that there were a couple that I did not know about. And when I see your career and how you've transcended as being an underground remixer, I think there's something there for people to aspire to. I really like your story. That you've been able to get. Now you're basically commissioned to do remixes for these record companies and artists now. I think that's awesome. Yeah. So being commissioned or being paid to produce remixes from very well-established artists. When did you realize you had entered into this new phase of your music career beyond an underground or being a bootlegger artist? You can share a memory that would be wonderful. Well, I think two things stand out for me. One is when Rupaul contacted me and asked if he could release my then bootleg remix of Let's Turn the Night, a song of his. And I just done it using the album mix, his album version, and made my bootleg remix. And he liked it so much that he reached out to me, and he said, well, what will it take to release? And I said, well, it's your song. I did it without asking. So, yeah, go ahead. I'll send you whatever you need and we'll release
whatever you need.
Yes, please.
If you need me to wash your clothes, I'll do that too.
Yeah. No, I mean, this was around maybe 2009. So it was before Drag Race. I mean, Rupaul was an established name, but he wasn't as humongous as he is now worldwide. So I'm quite flattered that he was there at that time, and he's still using me today. I did 2 mixes for him last year. One of them is still somewhere unreleased, so I'm hoping it's making an appearance somewhere. That was fantastic, and to end up actually on a phone call with RuPaul, I'm like, this is a major star, and who am I? So, and then also being asked by Almighty Records in the UK, who had a great track record for doing covers and remixes. And so when they approached me, and they actually said something, I thought of this when you mentioned earlier that in the bio about my mixes being sort of sparkly and up and poppy. That's literally what they said to me. So they said, "Would you remix?" I think it was All the Lovers. Their Kylie. It was a Kylie Minogue cover project.
Yes.
And they said, well, we wanted to make it sparkle and shine,
Right.
So that was literally the brief for the mix. And I said, well, I can do that.
I can't imagine anyone better equipped than you. I've seen the stuff that you've been doing with Almighty, and I've listened to the Who's That Girl project. I don't know if it was a project or a number.
Yeah,
they called it Who's That Girl? Not Madonna, Who's That Girl?
I did hung up in like a prayer for them, yes. Yeah.
What was it like to be asked to do this with Almighty, and you're once again diving into this Madonna world again? Was there pressure? What was? How did that come about?
Well, it was. It was always song by song. I'm a freelancer, so they asked, would you do this? And I said, yes, sure, I'd love to. And then they sent me the stems, the vocals, and they liked what I sent back. And then another one came and another one. And actually, I became friends with Martin, who runs Almighty Records. So I've been to the UK a couple of times and stayed at his place, and we went to London together, had tea, as you do. No, so he actually became a friend. But yeah, to have, they suggested to do a Mad Pop compilation. So that was also an incredible moment when they did We Love Mad Pop, which was my first official compilation with my name and face on it. So that's
outstanding.
Incredible. Thank you.
God, you must have been like over the moon when that happened.
Oh, I was. When they send me a copy, or they send me a few copies, to actually hold that in your hands. I mean, I'm from that generation where, loving music means buying the CD.
Buying a physical copy, yes.
So that was just, I still treasure them. I have them all here. So
such good memories. Appreciate your stories. You've worked with a number of really established artists. Can you remember a time where you were feeling starstruck in the presence of working with another artist you admire? And if that happened, who was the artist?
Well, yes. I mean, I'll mention two, and they are Kim Wilde and Erasure.
Okay, yes.
Basically because, they're both major stars with, decades career. And I love them as artists, but especially Erasure, because Vince Clarke has always been a role model for me. I've always followed everything he did ever since his days in Depeche Mode and Yazoo, or Yaz in the US.
All right.
So, his album with Yazoo, Upstairs at Eric's, and the follow-up as well. It's my go-to album. I never tire of it.
It's classic.
So then when I got that first email from Mute Records, which is their record label, I was like, what? What?
Just for me?
Yeah, exactly. And then, so that happened. They asked me to remix. That was a new song at the time when Love You to the Sky came out. So I remixed that. Later still, they came back and they wanted me to do an older song of theirs for the box set. They did this huge, beautiful deluxe box set called Moscow to Mars. And they basically said, which one would you like to do? And I said, well, I would love to do Heavenly Action because there have never been, modern remixes. There were only remixes done by Vince and someone else whose name escapes me now. I'm sorry. But so they had to actually get the tapes and bake them, so they could be used digitally. So they had to digitize them first. And then he sent me the multi-tracks for that song, and I couldn't believe just couldn't believe it when I received these files. And this was an album I had played to death, for years. I could dream every second of that album, and then to have all those...
you have those stems and the multi-track.
Yeah, I was pretty starstruck then. I felt very, very... It felt like something very precious to have in your hands,
No doubt. Oh my gosh. And how many years ago was that?
About
you don't have to say how many.
Yeah, I think about 6 years, maybe.
Okay.
Give or take.
So yeah, I'm happy for you when hearing these memories.
If it's a remix, it will say Mad Pop Remix. But if I just produce it, for example, RuPaul New Friends Silver, Old Friends Gold.
Oh, right.
Is my production, but it doesn't have my name in the title. But that's one I really love and I'm proud of, and it's been very, very popular in streaming, and Rupaul loves it himself.
Yes.
But that's very cool.
I will make sure for the listeners to look in the show notes in your podcast app or your streaming service. I will have for you an embedded link where you can find that. Thinking back on what we've talked about and the experiences you've had, you have this worldwide audience of thousands of people who are going to hear this. Is there something you want to say? Is there anything you would like to say? Just kind of feel like you want to talk about, or maybe it's just something you shout out to some people out there that you worked with or that produced with. What would you say to them?
Well, I'm risking sounding very cliche here, but it's just basically gratitude as for the people who have been there since the very beginning, because you know. I'm hardly a household name. Well, by my standards, I think you always think of yourself as smaller than you probably are. For some people to mention, say back to me remixes I've done in 2005, I'm like, Jesus, even I had forgotten about that, But that's just very flattering, and people come up to me and say this when there's a public thing where I've been to the UK for record store parties. Okay. And people say this to me, that they play stuff of mine that I've done 15 years ago, and that's very rewarding. So I can only say thank you to people for that, and also, of course, to stay tuned because there's plenty more coming.
Yeah. I hear your gratitude. I can feel it coming out of you. Out of the empathy you have for these people you work with, and then the fans that just give you that love back, probably helps you keep going. I can hear it and feel it from you. Is there anything else that you want to talk about that we haven't discussed that you hope to be able to do so?
Something for the future is that I am currently working on a large project that I won't discuss until it's actually signed off and with the release date.
Don't screw it up.
No, I don't want to jinx things, but that's taking me a lot of time. But it will hopefully be something very exciting in the beginning of 2025. Even further down the line, I hope to one day have an instrumental album out, because instrumental electronic music is where I really started.
Right. Okay. Trying something a little different, something new. That's great.
Yep.
Well, Matt, I enjoyed this time with you, and I'm pinching myself, to be honest. You just said earlier, you don't think of yourself as this well-known entity or quantity, but you are. Well, there's many more of me out there, and I'm thrilled that you're here, that I get a chance to talk to you, so I'm pinching myself, and I'm honored that you're a part of my podcast.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Here's our Matt Pop Continuous DJ Mix with Matt Pop suggestions and my fave Matt Pop remixes.
ran away. I'd never had the strength to go very far. How would they hear the beating of my heart? Will it go cold? The secret that I hide. Will I go home? How will they hear? And will they learn? How will they know? A man can tell 1,000 lies. I've learned my lesson well. Hope I live to tell the secret I have learned. Till then, it will burn inside of me. The truth is never far behind. You kept it here and well. If I live to tell the secret I knew then, will I ever have the chance again? I can tell 1,000 lies. I've learned my lesson well. Hope I live to tell the secret I have learned. Till then, it will burn inside of me. Well, I've got something to say. Don't try to resist me. Open your heart. Don't try to resist me. Open your heart. I see you on the street and you walk on by. Make me wanna hang my head down and cry. If you gave me half a chance, you'd see my desire burning inside of me. But you choose to look the other way. I've had to work much harder than this for something I want. Don't try to resist me. Open your heart to me, baby. I hold the lock and you hold the key. Open your heart to me, darling. I'll give you love if you turn the key. Think that you're afraid to look in my eyes. Oh, baby, you look a little sad, boy. I wonder why. I'll follow you around, but you can't see. Got you wrapped up in yourself to notice. So you choose to look the other way. Well, I've got something to say. Don't try to run, I can keep up with you. It's not that hard if you just turn the key. Don't try to run, I can keep up with you. Nothing can stop me from trying. You got to open your heart to me, baby. I hold the lock and you hold the key. Open your heart to me, darling. I'll give you love if you turn the key. Open your heart, don't try to resist me. I'll give you love if you turn the key. It's not that hard. What you have to do, what you have to do. Open your heart. You come, baby. It's not that hard. I'm gonna get to the key. Open your heart. I'll make you love me, baby. It's not that hard. What you have to do, what you have to do. Open your heart. I'll make you love me. Open your heart with the key. Open your heart. I'll make you love me. Are you gonna go out with me or not? Open your heart. I'll make you love me. It's not that hard. What's the matter? You scared of me or something? Open your heart. Don't try to resist me. Come on, baby. Open your heart. Don't try to resist me. Open your heart. You look like somebody. You look a little like somebody I know. I can tell you how this is. I'll be in your head all weekend. Shivers and butterflies. I get shivers when I look into your eyes. And I can tell that you're all in. 'Cause I can hear your heart beating. This place is crowded up. I think it's time for you to take me out. It's love, but we don't need to use our words. I wanna see what's underneath that t-shirt. Shivers and cold champagne. Shivers every time you say my name. And I can tell that you're all in. 'Cause I can hear your heart beating. 'Cause I can hear your heart beating. your heart beating.
with open eyes is gonna get you high. Love is the message, so listen with your heart and vocalize the love inside. Everybody say love, say love, say love. Everybody say love, say love, say love. Everybody say, say, say. Everybody, everybody say, say, say. Everybody, everybody. People get ready and learn to love yourself. Age of Aquarius about to ring your bell. Love one another, no need to fuss or fight. Gotta love to get love, that's right. Everybody say love, say love, say love. Everybody say love, say love, say love. Everybody say, say, say. Everybody, everybody say, say, say. Everybody, everybody say love. Everybody, everybody. That's right. Everybody say love. Say love. Say love. Everybody say love. Say love. Say
to feel